Welcome to the second part of this series, which will feature some more scenes between Barrie and George to give you a proper idea of what their relationship was like. I hope you enjoy.
George, dear.
Father, will you come and play a game with me? Yes?
What do you think of that?
It's a bit rammy, isn't it? What's it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a message at the bottle.
For us?
No. Bread and butter. Mr. Froman expects delivery at the end of the month.
Perhaps I'd better write it out properly for him, so as people can read it.
I suppose you presume to think that your handwriting is better than mine, hmm?
I should jolly well hope so. If I wrote like that at school, old Milky would have a fit.
Oh, school's different. They don't pay you to write there, you pay them. I remember when I was at school, I had the most beautiful copperplate in the whole class.
What went wrong?
I became a writer. The moment someone paid me to write for a living, my beautiful copperplate went whistling down the wind, like my smile.
I could teach you to write again, if you'd like me to.
Capital idea. You do the writing, I'll do the thinking.
I'm not a very fast writer, mind you.
Well, I'm not a very fast thinker, so we should make a terrific team. Let's see, where was it? Ernest. What's message and soda bottle, Ram's cork home. Yes. Right. Just, Ernest, just put a capital E, that'll do fine.
Ready?
Now, wait a minute. Time to think yet. Ernest, message, bottle. Yes, I have it. Post. Right. Ernest, just capital E.
You've done that bit.
Good. Now, I have a notion that this next line may strike you as rather amusing, so pay careful attention. Ernest hands Crichton, capital E. Ernest hands Crichton the message in the bottle and says, "Tide's going out, Crichton. We mustn't miss the post." You got that?
Nearly. Miss the post. Right, ready?
Well,
I'm ready to write the funny bit now.
you just had it.
Oh.
Yes, well, I dare say it lost something in the translation.
I suppose you're just not in a very funny mood. I was in a funny mood 10 minutes ago. But then I've forgotten how I got to it. Has that ever happened to you?
Frequently.
Should we try and get ourselves into a funny mood? Or should we do something else?
Oh, how about we do something else?
Yes, so do I. Should we have a game of cricket?
Well, it's a bit late for cricket. Besides, I'm not really in the mood for that either.
No, nor am I. What are you in the mood for?
I think I'm in the mood for just thinking.
All right. What should we think about?
I vote we think about nothing.
That's a funny thing to think about.
Oh, it's the finest thought in the world.
All right. We'll think about nothing. And the first person to think about something loses.
Right.
Hey, that's cheating.
What? I'm not thinking of anything. Are you thinking of something?
I can't help thinking about things.
Like what, for instance?
Well, funny words. Things are my thoughts. Like knickerbockers.
Let go.
The gnomes. Why, Uncle Guy's hair turned white. Who's going to win on Saturday? Why you're so fond of me? Why are you so fond of me?
I didn't know I was.
Father says you are.
When else did your Uncle Guy's hair turn white?
I don't know. Mother says it was when he was fighting in South Africa. A man got killed right next to him. Gave him such a shock his hair turned white. Do you like me very much?
Oh, so.
You don't love me?
I can take you or leave you.
Then why'd you write stories about me?
Because writing about the boy is the next best thing to being
Ooh,
one.
I'm in art, Peter. Look, we could use this picture of him falling in the lake. Set that Porthos in it.
Oh, that's terrific.
We could always pretend he was the pirate's
Yes,
captain.
put that on the back. The dog of a pirate has seen us. Oh, wait a minute. If Peter's going to walk the plank, who's going to save him?
Oh, no. Let's not save him. I think he should be eaten alive by crocodiles or something. You know, nice and slowly.
Well, you mean first his toes and then a leg or two, that sort of thing.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Just his dear little head is left bobbing about on the water. Then we could let Porthos jump in and gobble it all up.
Well, it might be a wee bit tricky to photograph. But if it's blood you're after, why don't you and Jack rescue Peter, then capture the pirate captain and make him walk the plank?
I think my idea's better.
Oh, well.
Unless...
Hmm?
Unless we get Father to be the pirate's captain.
Oh, that's an exquisite idea. The villainous father turned pirate and made to walk the plank by his own flesh and blood. Something rather grand in that notion. Thank you, my boy.
George, bedtime.
Coming. Will you come up and tell us a story?
No, I really must do some work tonight for a change.
Well, after all the help I've given you.
Good night, Jack. Sleep well.
All right, then, I'll compromise. I'll tell you one instead. Yes. Now, this is about a little boy. Not unlike your good self. And he killed his mother and cut out her heart with a penknife, threw it on the floor. And then he heard his father calling, so he ran to the door. But he'd forgotten about his mother's heart, and he tripped over it and fell. And as he fell, he heard the bleeding heart say, "Art hurt, dear son."
Why did he cut out her heart?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps she was annoying him, you know, the way mothers do.
George, I'm not calling you again.
Come along, George.
The queer pleasure it gives me when George tells me to lace up his shoes. Could forgive that boy everything, except his youth and his beautiful, accursed carelessness. Play. The careless boy. Boy who won't grow up. Runs away from pain and death. Is caught wild. End escapes. Is craving for adventure. How George said with a smile, to die must be an awfully big adventure. Appalling courage, but sudden floods of feeling and emotion. All boys grow up. That is their tragedy. Except one. That is his.
George! Come go on with the adventure, Mr. Barrie. Mr. Mr. Barrie, why do you look at me so?